Hello friends, I'm Sue Ann Delt. Today is Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. Not 2020 like I said last night. Bad. And this is my daily reporting card pull. Thank you for watching. So, yeah, it's been a day, I gotta say. It's been a long day. Happy to be home, about time to go to bed. Yeah. So that's where I am. Alan fixed steaks for dinner. They were fabulous, so good. And I microwaved some baked potatoes, and that was also good. And we really enjoyed it. So show and tell. This is a new reusable rag that I made last night. It's just several scraps of yarn. Nothing fancy, but yeah, it's not one of my favorites. It's kind of a fat stitch, kind of airy, not thick enough. But anyway, I thought since it's long, maybe I could stitch the sides together and then fold this over and stitch those sides, and then it could be like a little pouch that you pull open like that to put stuff in, and then fold it back together. Because everyone wants a little pouch to carry their stuff in, right? Line up, folks. Everybody gets one. Just send me your request. All 46 of you. Let's pull a card. I'm tired. I need to get to bed. Oh, this is how many we got there. Won't be long and we'll be starting a new deck. But we're not going to rush this one because I'm really enjoying it. So, Burrito is in the chair next to me. She looks like she's about to fall asleep. It's hard work being a burrito, don't you know? There's our card. Earth. Earth. This is number 14. I turned right to it. How crazy is that? I turned right to it. Oh, goodness. Okay. Number 14, Earth. The symbol is an 8-headed guardian. See him right there? I guess that's him. Identity is Hape, one of the 4 sons of Horus. The nature is fixed. Keywords: industry, thrift, conservation, money, possessions, practicality, all things that grow. Things that grow. The spiritual, transpersonal, or superconscious level. At this level, Earth indicates a person who has put the material world into its correct perspective. In the broader scheme of things, money and possessions are no more than energies manifest at a level necessary for the negotiation of life as we know and experience it in the here and now. The old soul knows and understands the beauties of the earth and treats it with the respect merited by its true nature. Say hi to your fan base. Hi to the people. Hi to the people. Meow, meow, meow. Okay. Good girl. Conservation, consideration for ecological values, practicality, and thrift come under this heading. The person who can handle money, who takes care of property, and who puts something back into the earth, even if it's only a flower planted in a window box. Mentally, Earth in this position also represents an industrious and hardworking person, and of course, anyone who has a green thumb. Here's the reverse. As a talisman, this is the card for the gardener or farmer. And the miner who carries it around in his pocket will find his daily task easier to perform and more rewarding. Of course, it will attract money, for it gives out money energies, but take heed of the warning issued. For according to cosmic law, we are each allowed to request that which is essential to our needs. Anything taken in excess will be considered a perk for those who are rendering a service either to the earth itself or those who dwell upon. Neglect to observe this law at your own risk. The symbol, it's long. The symbol reminds the author of a biblical passage she was taught at boarding school. For dust thou art, and unto dust thou shalt return. Hape, with his ape head, appeared on the canopic jar which contained the smaller intestines. All that we ingest, and eventually our very bodies, are returned to the element that brought us forth, and by whose kind office we partake of the use of our physical structure. Earth gives form to the other three elements and is usually the last to vacate the physical vehicle after death. In other words, the air, fire, and water quickly depart. But unless Earth is aided by the refiner's fire, it takes its time to reclaim those parts of its own domain that it has loaned us for the period we have called life. Hape was also a name given to the Nile, which could cause confusion to anyone who did not realize that during its inundation, this river helped the earth to give birth to the fruits that sustained the lives of the people. In many of the ancient civilizations, the spirits of the element of earth were believed to individualize and assume the form of small human-type figures. These were given different names according to the country, culture, or location. There were gnomes and dwarfs in Europe, trolls in Scandinavia, pixies and elves in England, and wee folk and leprechauns in Ireland. They abound in folklore, and the spinners of children's yarns have had a heyday with them for centuries. But there is one thing they all had in common: an association with the deep places of the earth from which the wealth of the planet was and still is drawn. The Gnomes of Zurich is the name commonly given to multi-billion-dollar Swiss bankers who are said to decide the direction of world finance. Even Snow White's 7 little friends worked diligently in the mines. So what is more natural than to keep in line with everyone else since the dawn of time and associate Earth with material possessions, money, and the fruits of the planet itself? All are present in the illustration of the Earth card, which shows the contours of the earth, that which grows from it, and the wealth to be mined from it. Of the 4 elements, 2 are active or outgoing, fire and air, and 2 are passive or receptive, water and earth. Earth receives in sundry ways, as does water, although many people see it only as something from which to take. Agreed, the fruits of the earth are generous and sustaining, but sooner or later, as Midas found to be his chagrin, the day of reckoning comes. It is unwise, therefore, to consider the blessings of earth as belonging to any one person. They belong to this planet, and we cannot take them with us when we go. The Egyptians made this mistake in the past, but in so doing they left a heritage of beauty and treasure for ensuing generations to enjoy. To this day, peasants, poor as they are, often leave out small offerings for the little people. This was a folk memory of an earlier mystery teaching which stated that one should never wholly take, but give willingly in exchange. In paying money for goods, we exchange energies, just as the energy which is money is paid to us in return for our labors. The laborer is worthy of his hire, saith the good book. The gardener who tenderly cares for his flowers will win the affection and respect of the gnomes, or so goes the legend. And so it is with all earthly things. If we treat them with respect and care, they will always come back to us, and we will never be without. In occult parlance, this is called the law of abundance, for like attracts like, which is why it appears oftenly, unfairly so, that money attracts money. Law of attraction. All right, there you have it. There's our card for tonight. Well, not that one. That's the end of Earth, number 14. Pretty little card. I like it. So, thanks for joining me for my card pull. And I'm going to go ahead and let you go so that I can get to bed. And I just want to thank you for joining me and watching my video tonight. And I hope you will join me again tomorrow night. And until then, have a good evening and a great tomorrow. Good night.